Three Dog Night is an American rock band. They formed in 1968 with a lineup consisting of Danny Hutton, Cory and Chuck Negron. The three lead singers were backed by Jimmy Greenspoon, Joe Schermie, Mike Allsup and Floyd Sneed. The band registered 21 Billboard Top 40 hits between 1969 and 1975. It helped introduce mainstream audiences to the work of many songwriters, including Paul Williams, Hoyt Axton, Nyro, Harry Nilsson, Randy Newman, and Leo Sayer. As of 2014, they are still recording and making live appearances. Band name origin. The official commentary included in the CD set Celebrate, The Three Dog Night Story, 1964–1975 states that vocalist Danny Hutton's then-girlfriend June Fairchild suggested the name after reading a magazine article about Indigenous Australians, in which it was explained that on cold nights they would customarily sleep in a hole in the ground whilst embracing a dingo, a native species of wild dog. On colder nights they would sleep with two dogs, and if the night were freezing, it was a three-dog night. Background: Early years. The three vocalists, Danny Hutton, Chuck Negron and Cory first came together in 1967 and made some recordings with Brian Wilson and initially went by the name of Redwood. Shortly after abandoning the Redwood moniker in 1968, the vocalists hired a group of backing musicians, Michael Allsup on guitar, Floyd Sneed on drums, Joe Schermie from the Cory Blues Band on bass, and Jimmy Greenspoon on keyboards, and soon took the name Three Dog Night, becoming one of the most successful bands in the United States during the late 1960s and early 1970s. Success: Three Dog Night earned 12 gold albums and recorded 21 consecutive Billboard Top 40 hits, 7 of which went gold. Their first gold record was One, which had been written and recorded by Harry Nilsson. The group had 3 U.S. #1 songs, each of which featured a different lead singer, Mama Told Me Not to Come, which was also their only top 10 hit in the UK. Joy to the World and Black and White. Dunhill Records claimed that 40 million record albums were sold by the band during this time period. Covers: as its members wrote just a handful of songs on the albums, most songs Three Dog Night recorded were written by outside songwriters. Notable hit covers include Harry Nilsson's One, the Jerome Ragnai, James Rado, Gord McDermott composition Easy to Be Hard from the musical Hair, Laura Nyro's Eli's Comin', Randy Newman's Mama Told Me Not to Come, Paul Williams' Out in the Country, and an old-fashioned love song, Hoyt Axton's Joy to the World, and Never Been to Spain, Argent's Russ Ballard's Liar, Elton John and Bernie Taupin's Lady Samantha, and Your Song, Daniel Moore's Shambhala, Leo Sayer's The Show Must Go On, John Hiatt's Sure As I'm Sittin' Here, and Bush's I Can Hear You Callin'. Timeline: 1973–1976, Joe Schermie was replaced by Jack Rowland in 1973, and the band then became an 8-piece with the inclusion of another keyboard player, Skip Conti. In late 1974, Allsup and Sneed left to form a new band, SS Fools, with Schermie. New members James "Smitty" Smith and drummer Mickey McNeil were recruited, but by 1975 Smith was replaced by Al Siner from Rufus and the American Breed, and Rowland by Rufus bassist Dennis Belfield. By 1976 their run of hit records had ended and Hutton was succeeded by Jay Gruska. However, this lineup was short-lived. Another former Rufus band member, Ron Stockett, was recruited as second keyboardist after Conti left that same year. After a summer concert tour was cut short, the group played their final show at the Greek Theatre in Los Angeles on July 26, 1976. 1981–1990s. In 1981, Three Dog Night reunited and released the ska-inspired It's a Jungle in 1983 on the Small Passport Records label, which garnered some airplay on the new wave circuit. The EP failed to sell after Passport went bankrupt. The reunion featured all of the original members, except Joe Schermie, who was succeeded by Mike Seifert until 1982, and then by Richard Grossman, who stayed until 1984. Two guitarists, Paul Kingery and Steve Etzo, occasionally played with the band, filling in for Allsup on dates he was not able to make between 1982 and 1984. Etso replaced Allsup when he departed in late 1984 to take care of some personal and family matters. Sneed was let go from the band at the same time. In 1985, a spring and summer tour was postponed after Negron and Greenspoon were forced to enter drug rehab, and the band hit the road in late 1985 with a revived lineup that still included Etso, bassist Scott Mainzo and drummer Mike Keeley. By December 1985, after a relapse into his drug habit, Negron was let go, and the group continued with Wells and Hutton fronting the band, and Paul Kingery was brought back on guitar to cover Chuck's vocal harmonies. In 1986 their song In My Heart was featured in Robotech, the movie. There were more changes in personnel when guitarist T.J. Parker and vocalist and bassist Gary Moon replaced Kingery and Mainzo in 1988, and were replaced themselves by Mike Cuneo and Richard Campbell during 1989. Allsup returned to the group to replace Cuneo in the spring of 1991. Negron entered drug rehab but did not return to the band. Original bassist Joe Schermie died on March 26, 2002. Pat Bart succeeded Keeley as drummer in 1993. In 1993, Three Dog Night performed for the Family Channel show Spotlight on Country, filmed in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Kingery returned to the band as their bass player in 1996 following Campbell's departure. 2000 Euro present. In May 2002, Three Dog Night with the London Symphony Orchestra was released. The album was recorded in Los Angeles and in London, England at Abbey Road Studios. The album includes 2 new songs, Overground and Sault Ste. Marie. In October 2004, Three Dog Night released the 35th anniversary hits collection featuring the London Symphony Orchestra. The album includes live versions of Eli's Coming, Brickyard Blues, Try a Little Tenderness, and Family of Man. In 2007, Sky Television launched a new ad campaign in the UK. The campaign promoted the company's aspirations to be seen as an environmentally friendly company, and used the band's song Joy to the World. In August 2008, Three Dog Night Greatest Hits Live, a compilation of previously unissued Live 1972 and 1973 recordings from concerts in Frankfurt, Germany and Edmonton, England, was released. On October 24, 2009, Three Dog Night released 2 new songs, Heart of Blues / Prayer of the Children. A new studio album, the group's first in 24 years, is being recorded during breaks from touring using producer Richie Potola. Although an EP of 5 new songs was recorded and released in 1983, and 2 new songs were issued on Three Dog Night's 35th anniversary hits collection featuring the London Symphony Orchestra, Three Dog Night has not recorded a full-length album since 1976's American Pastime. Current activity: Negron was eventually able to clean up his life and has been drug-free since September 1991. He is currently pursuing a solo career. Three Dog Night is still touring and recording, performing 80 concerts a year. The current lineup features original members Wells, Hutton, Greenspoon and Allsup, along with longtime members Paul Kingery and Pat Bartz. Personnel, members, lineups, discography. 1968, Three Dog Night, 1969, Suitable for Framing, 1970, It Ain't Easy, 1970, Naturally, 1971, Harmony, 1972, Seven Separate Fools, 1973, Cyan, 1974, Hard Labor, 1975, Coming Down Your Way, 1976, American Pastime, 1983, It's a Jungle. Awards and recognition: Three Dog Night was inducted into the Vocal Group Hall of Fame in 2000. Notes. References: Three Dog Nightmare. Chuck Negron. Renaissance Books 1st edition, ISBN 1-58063-040-5. 1 is the loneliest number, On the Road and Behind the Scenes with the legendary rock band Three Dog Night. Greenspoon, Jimmy and Bago, Mark. Ferris Books. ISBN 0-88687-647-8, Lawrence, Guy. Yogi Bear's Nuggets, a Hanna-Barbera 45 guide. SpectraPop.com, Bubblegum University http www.bubblegummusiccomartists, external links, 3 Dog Night official website, 3 Dog Night at the Internet Movie Database, 3 Dog Night at AllMusic, 3 Dog Night at Oldies.com, 3 Dog Night Vocal Group Hall of Fame, Chuck Negron official website, Floyd Sneed official website, Michael Allsup official website.